Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, the Three Topics Gamer, here to give you a quick little discussion video to share with you guys today. As I'm sure you can tell from the title that you clicked on, I'm just going to be giving you just my overall thoughts on all of the gameplay footage that we just saw from the most recent State of Play from PlayStation, giving us our first amount of gameplay from the upcoming Horizon The Forbidden West. And I just have to say that this game not only looks absolutely incredible, it certainly looks like it's a step up above the last game, which was easily probably, I'll take it back. It was probably one of my favorite new IPs that came from PlayStation out of the last generation of games. And so I already knew that with how that game ended, that the sequel was probably going to take it to a whole nother level. And just from this quick little sneak preview, I can say that, yeah, they definitely added a number of things and a number of improvements. And there's a lot of things that have me very, very curious to see what direction the story will go. So overall, if I can just point out a couple of things that I really did enjoy about the gameplay, the enemy variety. I'm actually kind of pumped up that they certainly stepped up its game in terms of the challenge factor. I think that now that we have enemies and bandits that can actually also control mechs, adds a whole new dynamic because that's something that you didn't ever have to really encounter. You always took on a bunch of raiders or you took on, mechs by themselves, but to actually have them combined, that definitely raises the threat level. And the most interesting thing is that I don't recall we saw any mechs that were in the previous game. Everything we saw was brand new, and we only saw, I want to say, either two, three, maybe even four new species that we've seen so far. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some familiar ones that we've seen in the previous game, but I just can't wait to see what new enemies we're gonna encounter and what new mounts and what new ways of travel and just exploration we're gonna have. The combat looks like it's been slightly enhanced. However, it's going to be very, very familiar with probably a lot of us are a big fan of it. So I think it's going to be the type of game that I can easily pick up and just start playing. Aloy looks great. I just want to point this out right now. There's been a little bit of controversy about Aloy's look. And some people saying that she's ugly or they made her look fatter. And I was like, look, I don't know what game you guys are looking at, but Aloy looks just fine. I mean, we don't really know how. I mean, I'm not sure if it's been released exactly how much time has passed since the end of the first game, but my best guess would maybe be like a year, maybe a year or two. But Aloy looks just fine. Aloy is my queen. She is, without question, quickly rising up the ranks and could possibly by the end of this game become my new favorite female protagonist in video games. And that would be a very, very tall order for her to pull off if she could do that. And just think, if Horizon Zero Dawn, if Horizon Forbidden West looks this good, just imagine what something like God of War 5 is going to be like. But going back to Horizon, I think the theme that they're trying to present is definitely different in tone, and I really like that about this game. The new tools that they got you. I mean, now you can swim underwater, and that's cool. I absolutely love that little shield parachute that she had, which I have to admit, the developers are quite ingenious in terms of taking things that we are familiar with and just using it in an interesting way. So, like, she has that really cool zip line that she has with her bow, where she can just shoot at a specific location, just shoot directly to it. I think that definitely adds a number to it. Again, there's that shield parachute that comes from like that one enemy that uses shields. It's kind of like a semi-crab type of creature, but that was genius. And the fact that her spear now has that kind of little energy pulse that she can fire off like a quick little shockwave to just kind of disorientate enemies. Just everything about this game just screams that this is how you do a proper sequel to an already great game. I mean, don't get me wrong, Horizon Zero Dawn was an amazing game, and that's the one thing I've always loved about PlayStation, is that they're not afraid to retire old franchises and establish new ones. I mean, that's the one thing that even Xbox and Nintendo refuses to do. They just keep recycle the same two or three franchises. But heck, PlayStation and Sony is in a constant state of evolving itself and pushing its narratives forward, and that's why I've always been seeing myself as a primarily PlayStation gamer. And from that 15 minutes, we did get a good amount of information in terms of what the story might be and some new enemies. But overall, just Horizon Forbidden West is easily going to be a contender for Game of the Year. And personally, I hope that this game comes out sometime early next year. I know that some people have kind of predicted this game might get released at the end of this year, but I hope that doesn't happen. I think that games like God of War and Horizon probably should come out next year. I think the first year when you have a console, I think you want to wait till it gets its footing and as many people can get its console first before you start releasing some of the big games. I mean, we still have like Deathloop and Ratchet and Clank that's going to come out in June. And, I think that'll be enough to kind of hold off the PlayStation fan base, at least for the rest of this year. And one thing I also did wanted to point out is the fact that from what I've read personally, that this is also going to be a cross-port, so people who actually have the PlayStation 4 will still be able to play it. It may not look quite as good as it will be on PlayStation 5, and heck, I even bought a whole brand new TV that could actually take advantages of the enhancements that the visuals are surely to have. But I think they recognize that this is going to be a very, very big game. Probably one of the biggest games that comes out, hopefully next year. And I don't really have any major concerns about or fears about what this game has. I mean, I think Guerrilla Studios knows what they have. They're treating it with respect. They've spent a good amount of time making sure that enough attention to detail, enough love, enough care has gone into this follow-up game because so many people really love the first game. I absolutely love the first game. I absolutely love this new protagonist and the world that they've built, and I just can't wait to see where it goes. So, yeah, I absolutely loved everything we've seen. Hopefully they release a collector's edition. That's the one thing I will say I regret not doing. I was hesitant about the first game, and it cost me a collector's edition item that I really want. So if they do release a collector's edition for this upcoming game, I will be sure to pounce on that and make sure to add it to my long line of PlayStation exclusive collector items. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say. If you guys did happen to catch the Horizon gameplay, what were your thoughts on it? Do you have any concerns, or what do you hope to see? Share your thoughts with me and everyone else in the comments down below. And if you did happen to enjoy this little discussion video, I would really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to keep track of me on all my future videos, because at May for me was kind of dry in terms of content, but I assure you that June is going to be a lot more busy. I will be sure to upload a lot more content, and hopefully that will allow more people to subscribe so we can hopefully get our numbers up. So, like always, I want to thank all of you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will catch you next time.